Hey, what's up? Ian here, and today I'm going to talk about this MOONDROP MOCA. It is a true wireless earbuds. Retail price for this is 50 US dollars, and it's available on Central Audio's website. So if you are interested to find out more, do check out the unaffiliated link in the description below. So this is the packaging it comes in. Inside it, you'll find a user guide, QR code to scan for the anime, and QC check and all that good stuff. Extra ear tips, small and large, and a charging cable, USB-C to USB-A, right? So that's the packaging, and of course you get the earbuds itself. Let me just touch on the features or the standout features of this $50 earbuds. Firstly, it comes with Qi wireless charging, right, on the case. $50 price point, very seldom do you get wireless charging, but it comes with this MOCA. So I've got a charging pad here, a wireless charging pad. As you can see, when I place it on the pad, the LED light starts to blink, right? So it's charging the case. Now, the case comes with a 6-hour charge time or use time, together with the earbuds, which is also 6 hours. So you're getting about 12 to 14 hours of usage on a full charge. So pretty decent. It's not the best, but of course pretty decent. Okay, so that's one of the standout feature, which is the wireless charging. Next standout feature is actually the photo sensor wear detection. So what happens is that most earbuds, it comes with capacitive sensors, but for this earbud, it comes with photo sensor wear detection, and this means that this is more responsive and also more sensitive as compared to capacitive detection. So yeah, when you take this out from your ear, it will respond quicker. It will start to pause your music, and when you put the earbuds back into your ear, plays your music faster. Okay, so you won't get so much of a lag. Okay, next would be the codec. So most of the earbuds in the market nowadays does not include LC3 codec. Now, most of you may not even hear or heard about this LC3 codec. That's because it's very new, and it's one of the highest bit rate in terms of the codec. Okay, unfortunately, most devices, because it's so new, most devices don't support it as well. So by default, it's disabled unless your device has or supports LC3. You can then enable it in the app. So this comes with the app as well, which I'll show you later. Okay, so these are the earbuds. It's a stem style, and of course it's proper earbuds with ear tips. So it seals up your ear canal and isolates you from the environment. So it comes with ANC and transparency mode as well. Both of them, they work really well. ANC, I would say, is pretty standard when it comes to ANC. It blocks out most of the frequencies in the middle, but at the low end and the higher end of the frequency, I still can hear a little bit, all right, for that. But I mean, $50, I'm not expecting too much in terms of the ANC. And the transparency mode as well is very natural sounding. So yeah, pretty standard for $50 in terms of the ANC and the transparency mode. Now, this earbuds supports both Apple and Android, so it's compatible with your iPhones, your Android phones, your Samsungs. Yeah, you can pair these earbuds with them. Okay, now let's take a look at the app that comes with it. So I've got my music played here. So you can go to the App Store and download MOONDROP link, right? This is the version 2. So as you can see, I've already paired it with my phone. Okay, so when you tap on it, it will start to connect. One thing I want to say is that the connection of the app to the earphones is a little bit on the slow side, and it takes quite some time to connect or load, as you can see in real life. So now it's connected, and as you can see, you have a few options here. You have ANC settings, tune the EQ. So you have 5 presets. Again, it takes a bit of time, which is a bit annoying. Okay, but yeah, so once you tap on it, Okay, you get 5 options: standard, reference, ultra bass, no bass, and solist bass. For me, my favorite is the reference tuning, but usually when I listen to my tracks, I'll leave it at standard. But unless I'm doing some recording or some editing, then I'll change the tuning, the EQ to reference. Okay, and then of course you can turn it on and off your ANC. Close means that there's no ANC and there's no transparency mode. You can turn it on by going to noise reduction or transparent mode. Okay, so as I mentioned, these two options here, I would say is pretty standard for $50 earbuds. Okay, and then of course you can choose what does the ANC button settings. You can turn it on or turn it off, okay, or transparency mode. Okay, and you can sort the sequence. So when you tap, long tap, right, you can, the first one will be ANC. Next, when you long tap again, it will be ANC off, and then you long tap again is the transparency mode. Okay, so 3 different settings there for ANC, and you can change the touch sensor as well. So you touch on the right side, what commands it does. I'm not going to go through every single one because it's quite standard. So you can customize the touch sensor. That's the bottom line. Okay, and then you can apply and all that. It comes with the user guide. So if you want to, if you throw away the physical one, you still have a digital one to go through and refer to. Yeah, and that's it. The app is quite simple. It needs a little bit of polishing in my opinion, but yeah. Okay, so that's for the app. Overall performance of this, right? Let's talk about the sound now. Sound signature for this is actually pretty standard for MOONDROP. So it's the MOONDROP's VDSF target response, and the sound reproduction for this, in terms of quality, if it's AAC, because most of my songs are actually on my Apple Music. So when it's connected to Apple, is AAC, and I'm playing lossless music through it. So AAC codec is not the most high res, I would say, but it's still, pretty comparable to CD quality. And when I'm listening to my tracks, the overall connection is good, and the quality reproduction is also really good as well. It's not the best, but it's still acceptable. So now in terms of the overall performance, this inside here, by the way, is a 10mm dynamic driver. Okay, the technical performance for this is pretty standard. It's actually pretty good, but it's standard. So if you talk about the overall resolution for AAC, it's actually pretty good. Good enough to be wireless. Okay, comparing to other wireless that I have, this is just maybe a little bit better, but it's not the best. Okay, as compared to Apple AirPods, it's actually pretty comparable, if not much better, in terms of the overall resolution. But then again, it's depends on your personal preference, all right, the type of music that you listen to, which will affect the overall resolution of the sound, okay, and of course the player that you're using. The overall soundstage is actually pretty wide. I'm quite surprised with the soundstage on this, because most earbuds they don't portray very good staging, but this one does, and it gives me a very natural and spaced out staging. Separation though is alright. It's not the most cleanest, but it's still pretty acceptable. Detail retrieved on this is actually very good. I can pick up quite a bit of nuances even on AAC on my tracks, and overall I'd say clarity of it is actually pretty good for $50. It's not the best, of course, as I mentioned, it's not the best, but $50 is pretty good. Yeah, tonal balance on this, I would say, is pretty natural sounding. Is actually very signature of MOONDROP's natural tonal balance. It's not too warm. It's a little bit warm, but it's not too warm, and it's quite laid back as well in terms of the tuning, right? In terms of tone, I would say it's natural sounding. Now, in terms of the tuning of this, I would say this is natural sounding, a little bit below the Harman target and below what most of us are used to listening. So in terms of neutrality is more towards referencing rather than warm and fun type of tuning. Yeah, so the bass is all right. I would say is rumble is quite acceptable, but not really for bass heads. But for mids, actually, it's actually very, very punchy. So mids are actually very forward because of the lack of the rumble, and I would say the mids is actually forward, but you know, it supports that mid bass and that overall punch and support of the, you know, the firmness of the punch. Okay, so I would say, yeah, mid bass is a bit more forward than the sub bass. Mids are recessed, but I would say mids are still clean and clear because of the lack of the sub bass and the bass region in general. So I would say in the mids, that's actually pretty clear and forward. Okay, the peanut gain is actually pretty natural, so not very intense, not very spicy. I would say it's very natural in terms of the transition from the mids to the treble. So very, very nicely tuned there. And the treble is dark. I would say is smooth, very easy to listen to, and casual type of treble. It's not fatiguing at all. So for those of you who wants to wear this the entire day, you can feel free to do so. It does not give you that fatigue after long periods of listening to this earbuds, which is, you know, the fatigue is the, you know, listening fatigue, not the physical fatigue. Physical fatigue is another matter in terms of the physical wearing and the fit of these earbuds. Yeah, it's different. So overall listening session on this, I would say when I listen to this is very comfortable in terms of the overall tuning. No unusual peaks on this earphone, especially for treble. And I can listen to this the entire day without any pain into my ears. Okay, so tuning wise, I would say is more reference. Yeah, again, more reference, more natural. So classical would sound really good on it. Jazz would sound really good on this. If you talk about bassy like techno, EDMs, kind of music is all right. You still can listen to it, but it doesn't. You won't feel it, right? You won't feel that energy in terms of the treble and the bass as well. You know, the bass is not too present. So overall, I would say it's warm, a little bit warm. It's fun. You know, good for those pop music. Yeah, day-to-day pop music, casual listening is quite suitable for that. For classical ensembles, those opera, I would say this is a little bit too laid back for me. Yeah, and also for trance and EDMs as well, because you need for trance EDM sometimes the shakers and the claps, they are, you know, it brings up the energy of the song, and this one doesn't bring that up, and also the bass as well. So the bass is not too prominent. Overall, I would say, yeah, it's more of a balanced and neutral type of listening session when I'm using these earphones. All right, so that's overall nutshell of this sounds. Now let's talk about the performance itself for gaming. Gaming is actually pretty good. I played Mobile Legends with this. The lag is not noticeable in terms of the sync with the visuals, and the sound that comes to these earbuds, I would say, is actually pretty synced. Quite low latency. And in terms of watching Netflix, is also not really noticeable. On certain dialogues, I did see a little bit of missing, but other than that, it's actually very negligible when watching movies. Phone calls on these are actually really good. So I went on conference calls with this. So yeah, it's pretty good. I like using this in my conference calls, especially with the ANC mode on. And also when I'm out and about at a cafe, the coffee shop, sometimes I just want to hear what people are talking, and I turn on the transparency mode. Is actually pretty good as well. And also I just want to highlight that in the windy condition, most of us will wear this outside. I did test it with my portable fan right here, and this is actually pretty good in blocking out the wind noise. So if you have a conversation in very windy street, this will help to block out some of that wind when you're in conversation. All right. So that's mostly part of this $50 earbuds. I would say very reasonable for the price. For the features that it comes with it. Very basic but essential type of features, and yeah, pretty standard. You get this reset button at the bottom, charging port here, LED indication, which most earbuds come with, and also Qi wireless charging, and yeah, it looks very modern with the modern contemporary type of design, and very comfortable to wear. All right. So that's it for my review for this MOONDROP MOCA. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next review. Cheers.